but they still can't see downwards, and so the nose is drooped down to 5 degrees. And this allows the pilots much better forward vision. So the aircraft can now taxi out to the runway, and you'll notice that the nose wheel on Concorde is a long way back. On most airliners, the nose. And modern jets adjust the power they use to take off depending on the weight and the temperature and the weather conditions. Concorde, the afterburners are turned off. We continue climbing, but we cannot go supersonic in this configuration. So around 290 miles an hour, the nose is put back up to zero position. And then the heat visor goes back up again. And we're now back in our supersonic configuration. However, Concorde is not allowed to go supersonic over land. It does upset farmers and the greenhouse owners. And so the aircraft will stay subsonic until it's over the Bristol Channel. But this doesn't actually take very long. At 1.8, 1.9. And that's on the drag curve is where there's a big resistance. Once you're through that, the resistance actually decreases. So once you're at that speed, they turn the afterburners off, but Concorde continues to accelerate. America, the nose goes higher and higher. Most airliners, when they land, actually have their noses up 2 or 3 degrees. But with Concorde, it's 12 degrees. And at 12 degrees, the pilots are looking at the sky. And then the nose comes down 5 degrees again. So this has improved things a little bit. As I mentioned, the nose is actually up at 12 degrees and a half. So engineers being engineers, they're great at theory, but lots of great at practice. There's no engineers around today. The pilots actually found that this wasn't a very good position for them because they've lost perspective. And then all the production aircraft could only drop their nose down to 12.5. As I say, being a test and development aircraft, this one can go down to 17.5. But at 12.5, the pilots have got a good view of the runway at JFK as it approaches. And it does actually touch down at around 180 miles an hour. And that's probably 40-50 miles an hour faster than most other aircraft. But that's not a problem for Concorde because Concorde's got carbon brakes. It's the first commercial aircraft to have carbon brakes. They can take a lot more heat, and so they're well, now we have to put it down first. But now we'll go back up to zero. No, I've got that wrong. It's up to 5 because we're still taxiing. So we taxi up to the stand with the nose at 5 degrees, and then once we're at the stand, the crew start preparing to disembark the passengers, but the flight crew will actually put the nose back up to 0 degrees. And then put the visor back up again. And we're back up to that lovely streamlined position that most people recognise as Concorde. And in fact,